Okay, so the guys are out here fishing. We're gonna go sneak up on them. You got lunch? Yeah?
Tell me you've never fished on a job.
Yeah, I've fished on a job before.
Yeah.
Come on. Oh yeah?
You keep it?
Yeah, ready yesterday and never come.
Yeah, he didn't call him. I texted him today in the morning and then later, oh yeah, he's coming in the morning. It's like, yeah, you never called him.
Okay.
You have to just think the stuff, you can't say it. It's just like when you're with your wife, you think it, but you can't say it.
Yeah.
Where I'm at is not and will never be my home. Every voice in my head is more than I can shake. Till the liquor takes over and I cannot hold my weight.
Okay, so we're out here on this house we're fixing to start next week. We're just kind of doing a job inspection before we get started, just to make sure everything's in order before we get material and guys out here and run into any issues.
Every voice in my head is more than I can shake. Till the liquor takes over and I cannot hold my weight. There's a war on my mind over all the things I cannot fix. And I'm so tired right now, I think I see the end. How I've walked so far, so long, never gaining an inch. Every step feels like barbed wire wrapped around my skin.
So we're just got through wrapping up, getting some payroll checks written for this week, and we're going to go head to our weekly meeting with the guys, and then we'll see you in just a little bit.
Things I cannot fix. And I'm so tired right now, I think I see the end. How I've walked so far, so long, never gaining an inch. Where I'm at is not and will never be my home. Every voice in my head is more than I can shake.
Okay, so now we're heading over to, we're going to swing by the lake house job, check on Alonzo. We're going to check on Luis, he's over there too. So sometimes people say sheathing, some people say sheeting. It's kind of the same, like a sheath, like you put your sword, you put it in the sheath. So it's kind of the same thing, you're sheathing the house. You have a, yeah, you're covering it. So it's kind of the same thing. Some people say sheeting, some people say sheathing. It's kind of, I don't even know what the correct way to say it is.
I can do this thing.
You said you can't?
Not right now.
Now we're gonna go get, we're gonna go to Chongo Renato's job. They're needing some diesel for the skid steer. They must have been using a little bit more than what I thought they would. When I took it out there, it was full, but I guess they're using it more than what I thought they would. So we're gonna go get them some diesel, check on them. We're gonna hit one more job today after that, and then we'll be heading back to the office.
Right now, I think I see the end.
You're gonna be.
How I've walked so far, so long, never gaining an inch.
It's only had like normal helmets.
Yeah, we'll just get some blocks.
Can I get two, he got a box. I think it's 3 days more, I think.
Nah. Well, let's get the deck. I need the porch so the guys can put the shingles. So let's get the deck and get that porch on for sure.
Yeah, we started everything. We started going right there and feeling later. I mean,
Yeah.
I think it's maybe 2 days, maybe.
Okay. Yeah.
Now it's tight.
Yeah, because sometimes the 2x12s, they go over a little bit. So you got to make sure it's everything's inside. Black for the.
Oh, yeah. You need to push it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, right there.
We just bought this little house, and we're gonna fix it up, and we're either gonna rent it out or we're gonna sell it. We'll decide that when we get done. First thing we're going to do is take off this handicap ramp, probably take the front porch off, and probably frame like a gable end on the front porch, make it look a little bit better. And then probably redo the roof. The inside has a low ceiling in the back, so we'll probably demo that out, raise it up a little bit. We're gonna take out all the carpet, probably replace all the trim, probably rip this paneling off. We might do some drywall, or I don't know. We'll figure something out on the walls. We'll check the electrical, see what it looks like. We may have to do quite a bit of electrical work. The ceiling back here, it goes down to like 6 foot, so we'll probably raise it up to try to get up to 8 foot. Or whatever this is, just trying to make it look a whole lot better. We'll probably replace the cabinets. Just pull them out, put some new ones in. I don't know. It's got OSB behind it. Huh? That was probably like some kind of bug stuff. Yeah, look at that. That's bugs.
Oh man.
I just stripped down before I go in the house today. It's got breakers.
Let's go. And a fuse. Oh!
I like to get rid of that. It just looks stupid. I'm trying to move up on the back. We're back to this little house again. Things have changed a lot. We decided to take the whole roof off, take all the ceiling joists off, took it down to the studs, and we're doing a whole lot more extensive work than what we originally thought. But it'll look good when we're done. So we decided to take out this wall right here, open this up. You can see how much we added to the walls in the back, about 2 feet. At the front we added about 1 foot. We raised that back room up a little bit. That back bathroom, it was stepped down about 2 feet. Now we're raising it up. Trying to get all that where it's one level. 2 bedroom, 1 bath. We're going to go all electric. I'll probably get rid of the gas. I don't like dealing with gas. Get it all new.
Is that old?
Yeah, it's old. I don't know if you can pull that bottom in at all.
I was going to see if I can use a sledgehammer to bring it back.
Okay.
I think all the demo might have pushed it out, you think?
No, it was hard like that. He tried to, you can tell he was trying to, I don't know what he was trying to do. Yeah.
Yeah, because it has shims on the back going like...
Yeah. That's probably making it look off.
Well, we're going to need to make it even with the studs because the old stuff are like like 3 3/4, 4 inches.
Yeah.
New ones are like 3.5. And then
Probably do black gutters and black downspouts. Yeah, I think it'll look good. Drywall is, I believe they're done. We're gonna go in and take a look and see how far. They had a few more things they had to do. We're gonna see if they got it all done so that the painter can start tomorrow. Yeah, it looks like they're done. They got it all sanded down. Looks pretty good. We got to make sure when you're doing stuff like this, you got to change the filters on the HVAC pretty regularly because it's hard. You can tell just by listening to it that it's kind of struggling. So hopefully next week, end of next week, the inside will be 85–90% done, and then outside should be real close to being done. So hopefully within the next 2 weeks, we'll be done with this house, move on to the next project. Okay, so we bought this property for just under $35,000. That was the purchase price plus the closing costs. We're kind of estimating to have about $50,000 in renovation on this job. Went over budget a little bit, so we're going to probably be all in around $85,000, maybe even get up to $90,000. I was really hoping to be less than that, but we ran into some things that we just weren't really anticipating, and so that's probably where we're going to be at when I get all done. So what I did was I paid cash for the house, paying cash for all the renovation, and then I will go to the bank and cash out and get my money back, and then I'll take that money and go on to the next project. What I usually try to do is make the job at least cash flow and have a little bit of profit. If I'm not making a whole lot, it's not really that much of a concern. I have some formulas that I use that I try to hit. I'm not trying to just make a whole bunch off of it. I'm just letting the tenant pay the principal down. You know, 5-10 years, I may decide to sell the house or whatever. The way interest rates are right now, they're a little bit high, so I probably won't pull as much cash out just because I want to keep that payment low enough to where those ratios aren't too far out of balance. And the bank will also, they'll have a say in that as well. They won't let me get too far out of balance. That's kind of where we're at. When I'm figuring up, I gotta have a percentage for maintenance, which there won't be a whole lot since everything's gonna be brand new. But there'll be a few things here and there. You gotta have a little bit of a maintenance amount in there, your payment, your insurance, taxes, all that's all gonna be in there. And then you have to have a little bit of a percentage for, in case you don't have a tenant for a month or two, you kind of have to have a percentage in there for that, just to kind of cover any cost that's gonna incur while you're getting the next tenant in. And then also whenever a tenant moves in, they're going to pay a deposit. 9 times out of 10, that covers any kind of damages that they would do. Very rarely I haven't had any really bad ones that have went in and just trashed the place. I've had a few that we just had to replace the floor coverings and just do some repaint, but it really wasn't too bad. And so most of the time the deposit will cover that. You just got to screen your tenants really good, make sure they have good references, make sure where they're coming from, that they left in good standing with the previous landlord, and you should be good most of the time. So stay tuned. We'll be probably doing 2, maybe 3 more videos on this. Once we get done, we'll kind of see how it goes. We're trying to do a video a week on this project, and then in the future we're going to have a project that we're always going to try to do a video a week per project. We'll also do a video showing our other projects that we got going on, just kind of standalone videos. So just stay tuned and subscribe. Electrician and plumber should be back next week. Let's go take a look inside. One thing we got to do is we got to get something underneath that door. Siding guy missed that, so we got to put something there. So the trim guys, he's done as much as he can. We had an issue with the cabinets. We had ordered a blind corner, but the one that came, it was the door was too big, and so when we put the one beside it, you couldn't open the door. So we came up with a different solution for that, and so that should be here first of next week. We'll get that set, and the trim guy can get his part finished up. We got the walls primed. They had to come back and do a little bit of patchwork, looks like, but they'll get that taken care of. The painter should be here. I believe he's coming back tomorrow to do his thing. Also, we have the unit that we put the unit in the closet, and we're going to put the return air. We're actually going to cut it into the door, so we're going to have a vent. It'll pull the return through the door. We just have the door open for now so they can get plenty of air. It's coming along. Looks like the inside, maybe a couple more days next week. Plumber, he'll come in, do his thing. Countertop, I believe it's been ordered. It's not in yet, so we still got to get that. And then electrician will be here next week. It seemed like close. When you get to the end, you always say another week, but another week, maybe 2. We'll see. Just a couple more days. This house is ICF, insulated concrete forms. They have 2 5/8 inch foam on both sides. So they got 2 5/8 foam on each side, inside and out. And then in the garage, they did 6 inches of concrete. On the house, they did 8 inches of concrete. On the garage, they got 11 1/4 inch walls. On the house, it's 13 1/4. And that gives them an R value of R22 for the insulation factor on the walls. So the house is solid concrete, foam inside and out. Everywhere you see these little diamonds, there's a half inch inside that. There's like a little plastic stud. Whenever we're putting like an interior wall or putting a drywall, they'll just screw to that, and it's just like a regular stud. So they got LLCL top plates all the way around. We'll set our trusses on that, frame it like any other house after that. So we got guys on the inside, they're starting the walls right now, the interior walls. We'll probably be a couple days doing that. Trusses are still a week or so out. Once they get here, we'll get the trusses set, get the roof decking on it. All right, we're gonna knock this little garage down. Garage/building. If I leave it, there's just a lot of things that could just cause me trouble down the road. For one, the roof wasn't very good, so if a tenant was to put something in there, the roof leaked, there's some liability there. They might want me to fill it in where they can park in there, and I just don't really want to deal with that. So we're just gonna knock it down and probably put some stone back here. I might put grass, but we might just put some stone back here. I think I'll just knock it down. We don't get to just knock buildings down that often. Oh yeah. I just knocked the cap off my axle. That's nice. I'm gonna back up so I don't have to make as big a mess. So we took that last load and I forgot to look at the weight, but it was too heavy. The battery was a little weak, so I don't know if it's because the battery was weak or because it's too heavy, but. I'd say get the
5:34 a.m. I was about to start my day, but she laying there across me, so I stayed anyway. Arms tight, legs numb, wrapped around my knee.
I'm Steve Northcutt. Welcome back to the channel. We're back out here at the lake house and we're just checking on the progress today. We're going to hit a couple jobs today, take you all along with us. We're just checking to see how far along they're getting with the walls. Yeah. Okay, so we're at this job. We're at Chongo and Renato are framing this one. Trusses will be here tomorrow morning. Crane will be here tomorrow at noon. So we're gonna try to get the trusses on tomorrow. Crane wasn't available Monday, so we're gonna try to get done tomorrow. So we're back over here at this house that we kind of took over the framing on it. It was pretty much all the way under roof when we took over. They're having some issues with some of the stuff that was done prior to when we took it over. And so we're gonna come in here today and just kind of check it out and see what's going on. There's some floors that aren't quite the way they should be. We're gonna take a look at that and see if there's anything we can do to fix that problem for them. We're back out here at the ICF house and our part's done for now. Trusses are set, roof decking's on. We went ahead and put the black paper on the roof. Got the gable sheathed. Interior walls are all framed. And so we're just here to just do a final walkthrough. Okay, so on this house, they did the LP Tech Shield, which you see a lot of this down south. It's basically just to help, you know, when the sun, in the summertime when the sun's putting all that heat into the house, it helps reflect it back away from the house. And so it keeps the attic a lot cooler in the summertime. So you don't see a lot of that up here. We're in Indiana, and so a little bit further north, but down south you see that a lot down there, especially in Texas and that sort of places. But yeah, so we got all the interior walls framed. Trusses are all done, all the bracing's done up in the attic. And we're just gonna do a walk around and make sure everything got done correctly. Make sure all the hurricane ties are on. Make sure all the sheetrock nailers are on. That sort of thing. So far it looks pretty good. Okay, so we're over here at Luis's job, checking on him, see how he's getting along. Probably got 2 or 3 days left and I'll be done with this one. This is just a little house. It's probably 1,800 foot living. They're getting along pretty good. It should be done here in a few days.
And you come from a good place with a happy family. The only bad you've ever done was to see the good in me.
Which one? This one? Right here? No,
the-
no, in the cabin. What do you know?
Acá tuve pensar right there, but I don't know.
You don't.
Cabin. No, Dios.
Okay.
Acá es bien right there, so but I don't know. No, perdón, chicos.
LVO. LVO. What do you say?
LVL.
What?
LVL.
LVO.
Are coming? Look.
Now, technically, they're not allowed to come down this road, right?
They're not around to go around the curves. What do you think?
Where do you want the house?
Between the Crane and the Chevrolet.
Yeah.
Worst case, just straight back that way. It's like you went from the
from the inside of the plate that way, and then 2 foot from there. So just move it 3.5 over. Yeah.
¿O marcas?
Yeah.
Opa, pues subimos y le marcas al lado del jester.
Every time. A2s go right in the middle. So all these guys go in the middle. These go in the middle. These go in the end. That's the first one we need.
Fíjate la cerveza, déjalo.
That dresses backwards before on a big hip roof, and that was a nightmare. I'd take them all back down, spin them around.
Yeah.
Oh, it was bad. They had some new kid operating the crane, and it was going real slow.
We need to put more braces. It's supposed to be 25-mile-an-hour winds tomorrow morning, so we need to put more braces. Make sure we got good braces.
Tomorrow morning, what time?
It said in the morning Palmetto is
Tomorrow or Wednesday?
tomorrow.
¿Hasta dónde está? Okay, yeah, I put it, I told guys put a start braces.
You just sit there and run your camera and let the big boys build the house.
Okay.
When there's a storm raging in your soul, you gotta thank God that you're still growing old. If them demons you're fighting,
He says I didn't tell him. I was like, we talked last Thursday. And so they don't even have the LVLs 24 inches in stock. So he's going to be back at his office in 10 minutes. He's going to find out.
Were they planning on bringing the concrete and everything else for the deck on the same load?
Worst case, I think 84 stocks LVLs 24.
don't let thoughts of yesterday
You put the joist every 12 inches.
crowd out the visions of today.
There you go. Get you a taco.
Gotta thank God that you're still growing old. If them demons
brought
you're
that last
fighting won't go away.
So our goal today is to get all this demoed. Tomorrow the framers will be here and we'll get the framing started. So hopefully Friday afternoon we'll be getting the top all decked in, get it covered back up. So that's the plan for this week on this job.
Don't let the thoughts of yesterday crowd out the visions of today. Don't let your past define your name. We will all be judged the same someday. Life can get hard sometimes, I know. You gotta get up and walk straight and narrow when they're chasing you down with an old bloodhound in your...
Don't go to college. It's a waste of time.
I will find myself walking down the road all alone, just like a rolling stone. There's a hope that is burning in my soul, and it grows just like an ocean wave. There's this storm cloud in my way.
About 2 weeks ago, Renato got a splinter in his hand. He was throwing boards into the house, and it hit the wall, but he ran his hand down it, and he shoved a 3-inch splinter into his hand. And then the urgent care didn't want to take it out. He had to go to a hand specialist, and they made him wait. It was 10 days before they finally pulled that thing out. it was painful. So no matter what you're doing, you always got to be mindful of what you're doing. Just a simple, you know, handle of lumber, you can get a 3-inch splinter in your hand. So we have a flag parade, All Nations Day at church. We have a flag parade, so at all the kids, a whole bunch of people out back, all had their flags. And so Ethan, he gets on top of his truck with the American flag. Well, Renee was like, get down, get down. I was like, why? This thing's awesome. Don't go to college. It's a waste of time. You could learn just as much out here, and you can go online and learn just as much. I don't see the point if you're not doing something that requires it. There was some stuff that was good. There was a lot of hands-on stuff that I did, but the time that I spent in college, I only worked. I would go 15, 20 hours. It was I only got to work during the day. I was only able to get 15 hours of actually working on site every week. I'd have to go work after hours somewhere else or on the weekends. I had other jobs that I did. So I'd only get 15 hours in construction a week. And so, you know, I could have got 3 times that, 4 times that in a week, and I could have got a whole lot more information. I could have learned so much more. So I don't know if it's worth it or not. Because the whole thing about, well, my thing was like, well, it'd be good if I ever need it, I can fall back on it, but I just don't know if it's necessary, especially nowadays, because information is so readily available. I went back whenever the internet was just kind of, you know, I didn't have an email address when I went to college until I had to get one for class, so I had one through the college that I was at. And even then I had to go to the library to log into my email address. So, but nowadays it's completely different. I think learn a skill, get out here, learn a skill as quick as you can, and you can get so much further ahead. Just go from right here to nothing. Yeah, I think that'll work. Cut that off, it should go down.
As I am lost amongst these North Country stars, will you find me and lead me on home? There's pain that is coursing through my veins. Well, I'm a lone old cowboy from the southern part of the state, and I wake up with the sun and the wind on my face. My lady lost the love, I found the hate. I'm a lone old cowboy from a southern part of the state. Well, I'm a hard-working man who's at his wit's end. There's a truck in the drive that belongs to another man.
Okay, so as we stand these walls up, we're going to go ahead and put a laser on them and get them fairly close to level. Weight-wise, I'm plenty good, but if I'm leaning too far, it could pull it over. La pistola negra. I got to get these wheels right up against the slab. So it'll be close. Okay, so that's right as far as I can go. Now I'll just boom out and down. I gotta get over the top of that pipe there. I'm gonna try to get it as low as I can, as quick as I can. Hey, go tell him not to, he's tightening those bolts up and he's separating the plate from the stud. Go tell him not to do that.
Well, I'm a stone cold killer and I'm moving with the sun. If the west is where I'm free, then the west is where I'll run. I'm chasing out the old, I'm toting all the guns. I'm a stone cold killer and I'm moving with the sun. When I'm a very wanted man and they're moving quicker now. I will find myself walking down the road all alone, just like a rolling stone. There's a hope that is burning in my soul, and it grows.
Okay, we just went and picked up the skid steer from that job that where Chongo and Renato were at last week. Picked up all the scaffolding, and now we're going to take it down to Renato started their other house this week, a couple days ago. We're going to take it down there for him so he can move his subfloor around if we get there in time. See, that's what I've been talking about. This guy's been sitting at this pump in the way in front of the diesel pump. He's already been in the store, came out. He's sitting there getting his drink all set up, clearly blocking. Come on, man. It's the only diesel pump. The other one's out of order. He's from Kentucky, that's what it is.
Oh.
That's the problem right there. All right, now you can go, buddy. Maybe he don't know how to back up. Maybe.
Oh, it's an older guy.
Maybe in Kentucky they don't know how to back up.
Older guy.
Come on, man.
He's taking a drink.
Come on, man.
Oh man, this is funny.
There you go. There you go. Put it in drive. Oh, he's gonna look at his phone now. So I got a text message. I gotta check it real quick. Let me see. Yeah. Oh, he's moving. He's moving. There we go. There we go.
Maybe he's having a heart attack or something.
There you go.
Okay, we're good. Finally got the gas.
Now I'm gonna block traffic with my trailer.
There's a hope that is burning in my soul, and it grows just like an ocean wave. There's this storm cloud in my way, and it keeps on pouring down Sea's pain. Well, this wind stirs up a hurricane, and I'll keep on drowning as long as you're storm cloud in my way, and it keeps on pouring down Sea's pain. Well, this wind stirs up a hurricane, and I'll keep on drowning as long as you're away. 'Cause I am lost amongst these North Country stars. Will you find me, lead me on.
Tub where she can, the window down where she can look out the window. There's lunch out there.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're just kind of going over stuff. The trusses that are in the middle of the house, it's got a cathedral ceiling on one side, and then when they come across, they're going to step up and hang on those walls. There's 14-foot 6 walls and there's 16-foot tall walls, and so they've got a notch. They got a little notch where they sit on those walls, and so we're just kind of making sure everything's done correctly.
And it keeps on pouring down Sea's pain. Well, this wind stirs up a hurricane, and I'll keep on drowning as long as you're away. 'Cause I am lost amongst these North Country.
So we're back out here at the lake house. We're just checking on progress. They started with getting the roof decking on. I'd say probably 2/3 of it done. They got a bunch of the back done. They got all their zip tape on, got it rolled. So we're trying to get the house keep the water off of it. It's starting to rain a lot now. Hopefully a couple more days we'll get the roof on it. So they're moving along. We're getting there.
There's a hope that is burning in my soul, and it grows just like an ocean wave. There's this storm cloud in my way, and it keeps on pouring down Sea's pain.
So I went and bought me a new hammer, Martinez hammer. I had one before, I lost it. I think I know where it's at, but I'm not 100% sure. I think I set it up in the ceiling of a house that we were working on. By the time you paid the drywall to go back and fix everything, and the painter, I might as well just buy another hammer. So, and I'm not 100% sure it's in that ceiling. So I bought myself another hammer, and I bought a square, the Martinez square. So we're gonna open this up, check it out. These things aren't cheap. So it is a titanium. It's made out of titanium. You get it custom made, custom colored, whatever you want. You can get different kind of head. You can get the waffle face, you can get the smooth face. The last one I got I had a red head. I knocked the paint off within the first week, so I figured I'd do something different this time, which I really don't use a hammer as much as I used to, so probably last a little bit longer this time. We can see if we can get this put together. So whenever I was framing, I started in 96. There was a hammer at the lumberyard that was $100. I was like, there's no way I'm gonna pay $100 for a hammer. And then DeWalt came out with their version. It was like $60. I used to swing an E-swing hammer until my wrist got to where I couldn't. It just hurt so bad I had to switch to a wooden handle hammer, and then I kept breaking those out, and so then I switched to the DeWalt had their own version of, it was lightweight, but it still swung like a heavy hammer. And I've used that for years. And then I got a Martinez. It's really just a couple years ago I got that. And then, but as far as like, I just never did want to spend the money on one because I didn't see the point. But now that I've had one, I really like it. So it's if you can keep them and not lose them, I think they're worth the money. But I have a tendency to, whenever I'm working, especially now, I don't wear my bags every day. And so we're setting trusses somewhere I don't usually have my bags on just because they're heavy and I don't really use the tools that much. And so I'll have a hammer, I'll lay the hammer down, it gets lost. So I have a cheap $20 hammer that I've been sporting the last few months. And then my DeWalt hammer that I had, one of the guys has, I guess they've inherited that one because I left it on a job site, and he told me the other day that he had my hammer and he didn't offer it back to me, so I guess he's gonna keep it, which I don't need it. So this hammer, between the hammer and the square, was $550 or something. Definitely not cheap. It's definitely an investment. But if you're gonna be swinging it every day, like now, even now, my wrist, I can't, if I do too much, a lot of work with this wrist, it'll get to where I just can't. It just overworks, and it just gets real bad pain in there. So I would say if you're starting out, gonna be swinging a hammer every day, to get a Martinez or a stiletto, just to help save your wrist, just because I'm only 45 and I still got a lot of life to live, so I gotta deal with that. And so we'll get this thing put together, and we may give it a test run here in a little bit. I don't want to scratch it, putting this head on. The last time I scratched it, when I was putting the head on, just read the directions. It's gonna get messed up, but yep. Already knocking the paint off, look at that. There we go. Actually, I thought I wanted the head gray.
Oh.
And this guy. There we go. Oh, I'm sure. Boogered it up a little bit. So there she is. Martinez. The M1. So the guy that makes the Martinez, he's the guy that used to make the stiletto. This guy's name is Martinez. Okay, so the square is a titanium square. I've always just used the Swanson Speed Square, and then I've used other ones. The Swanson seems to be harder to find nowadays. Maybe just where I'm going. They're my favorite, the Swanson Speed Square. And so this one is titanium. I guess we'll see I've never used a titanium square before, so it's supposed to be good. We'll see, I guess. It's got a built-in level. I'm not real sure. I don't think the reason we're doing this on the back side of my truck is because we're waiting on our guys to get here. they're running late, so we got some time to kill. And I don't know, I'm going to tighten it up like I would. I'm going to tighten up each one of them a little bit. That's it right there. Nothing too fancy. Got the little level in there. It is going to take some getting used to, because on the Swanson Speed Square, I was used to turning on the edge, and I know how thick that was, and so it'll take some getting used to this being thicker on here.
Right, there you go.
So this is an Empire Square. This is what I've had. I lost my Swanson. I couldn't find another one, so I bought this guy one day. The one I don't like about this is this. I guess I never really noticed it as much, but the Swanson is rounded. They don't seem to have as sharp of corners, and so I'm always like catching. Not as much now. I kind of wore it down a little bit, but I was always like scratching myself on these corners. But it's a little bit of a difference in them. So this one's actually got a full 1.5 inches. So if you're marking 1.5 inches, you don't have to sit there and try to find if you're laying out studs, you can just move it over to the edge of it versus, so I guess we'll see if that's quicker or easier. I don't know. I know on the Swanson, to me it's easier. This one, I don't know how easy I'm gonna, because whenever you mark, you mark it and then you slide it over, mark it again. I just don't know. It's not a representation of a pencil. We'll see. We'll put it to the test. We're gonna go to a job site and do some rafters. So we'll check it out, see how she does.